Okay, for your next assignment, assignment 2, it's all up here. I actually put it up there, about an hour or two ago. Manual file recovery. Okay? What you're going to be doing is you're going to be recovering some files, obviously, manually. Hence the name manual file recovery. Let's read the assignment, and I'm going to show you how all this works. Okay? Which button gets rid of the stupid toolbar? Does anyone know? Well, how do I get rid of this? Damn. There it is. Okay. You got to gain an understanding of how to recover files manually. Now we have a little smiley face. Okay, whatever. Okay. Basically, scenarios are being called to a crime scene, and all you got is a USB drive, but everybody seems to have deleted all the files and then formatted the drive. So what happens when you delete a file? Does anybody know?
It's there, but it's not there.
What actually changes when you delete a file?
You erase the file system structure, but you don't erase the file itself.
It's no longer indexed.
Actually, it is. What it really does is erase the beginning of the name, replace it with an E5, a Sigma character, which tells the OS, I no longer need this file. The file is still there, it's still in the FAT table, but the first character is now E5 Sigma. Okay? And that way it tells the OS to just ignore it. That way you can undelete a file very easily. Okay? That's deleting a file. Formatting deletes the index. It goes through, it's kind of like your book, ripping out the table of contents in the glossary. We still have the book, but we don't know where stuff is. It's no longer linked. So it's pretty much that, okay? We're going to use the FTK imager to image a file, which I'm going to show you how to do that. I bet it's not installed in here either. They re-image the files over break and to get everything on there. HXD is the new hex editor we've been starting to use. It's totally free, so it seems to work great. We also have Hex Workshop up there, but it will expire like 30 days after that. Do this by hand. You need to know how to do this. Do it by yourself. Use the FTK imager to determine the MD5 of the image you're working on. I'll show you how to do that. Okay. Then on the image, there's many files. There is 5 of each. 5 GIFs, BMPs, JPEGs, PNGs, PPTs, docs, XLS, PDFs, and TIFFs. 1 MP3 and 1 executable. Okay. Basically 47 files, and I need them all. So there is also 1 extra credit 7-zip file on there. If you get that one and do what it says, you can get some extra credit. Okay. So for each item, this is different for this year. I want you to give me the MD5 hash for every file you recover, and I did verify it does work. I did verify when I manually recovered the file correctly, the MD5 does match the original file. I did it today. Now, as with most of my assignments, there's usually something screwed up, so I just don't know what it is yet. When you find it, let me know. Okay. The answers will be submitted in the quizzes section. The quiz will be open. You can go in there and save it as many times as you want, but don't submit it. What I recommend you doing is, as with all, there's always something I got to tweak just a little. And if you actually open the quiz and I modify the quiz, you can't see the updates. So I recommend get the answers on paper, because I'm going to give you all the questions. Literally, I'm going to give you the entire quiz on paper. Write down your answers, save it, and then put them in the quiz when you're done. That way, if I modify something in the quiz, you'll get the update. So if you literally open the quiz right now, and I change it 10 minutes from now, you're not going to see the update. Okay? All right. Here's what the questions look like. What is the MD5 file of the hash? Here's question 2. For the image shown, what was the MD file of the file that you recovered? MD5. Now, I took the files and I just made snippets of each one. So the file is actually a lot bigger than that. But I was originally going to put them up there, and I said, wait a minute. Then all they have to do is save them off to a quiz and have... No, you're not doing that. So I made a snippet of each one. Okay? So it goes on that all the way to question 48 when he gets to the extra credit, when basically you've got to put something in there. All right. I did something different as well. I was nice enough. I know the MD5 of every file, and I gave you all of them. So if you could guess correctly, you could actually get 100 without doing the project. Sound like fun?
Sounds unlikely.
Yeah, very unlikely.
The enigma.
Yeah.
Explain that again, please.
Okay, these are the MD5 hashes of all the files.
They're just randomized.
Well, yeah, they're just random. I did that on purpose. They're all randomized. So when you retrieve a file, look, if your MD5 hash doesn't match one of these, you didn't get it right. If it matches, then you, ta-da, I got a file. Okay. And when you retrieve a file, look at it. So when you find the picture that has this little sheep in it, can you guess what the theme is? Sheep. Sheep. So when you find the file with that sheep, the MD5 for that sheep's picture would go right here. Okay? But I just gave you all the MD5 hashes for everything on the drive, just so you could verify yours if you would like. Actually, I hadn't done that, so if you looked at it when I first put it up there, that wasn't on there. I figured that might be a way where you guys can verify your work a little bit. In the past, I wanted the beginning and ending of the sector, but this year I'm doing a little bit different. I always change it up a little bit. So that's the project. Now,
So there's only 4 questions, but each of them has.
oh no, there's 48. I just didn't give you all of them.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to show you the rest of them all right here. This is the every question. The other one just had a sample. I want to have the questions all in a separate file. And even the end, enter the string specified by extra. Now this one you only get 1 week on this one. You get 2 on Lab 5. You can. Once you get this down, it literally you can do it in like 30 seconds.
That's what you said.
I spent about 80 hours on this project. I tell you why. It was very basic what we had to do with Tulsa, just a couple files. Very boring. I finished it in no time. But I really wanted to understand it, so I did it over and over and over, and I just did it all kinds of other ways, and I really had it down good, because I want to know how the process worked. By the time you're done, you'll know how it works. You should. You should know. Okay? It's not hard. You do not need to spend 80 hours on this. But if you're going to wait till 3 o'clock on next Tuesday, it ain't happening. Okay? Start on it right away, do a couple a day, and you're done. I mean, most of them are easy. The Word documents are a little bit tougher. They're not that difficult. What now?
It hasn't been uploaded yet, has it?
It opens at 6 p.m. I didn't know it should be up there now. Okay, the image you need is right here. Right there. Lab2 image after format. Now, there's a couple different videos. There's the recording of this from last year. You can watch that. There's how to recover a BMP file. Here's how to do a hexadecimal calculator example, and here's how to recover a Word document. You will need those videos. Please watch those. And also, if you look at the Cyber Club webpage from the fall, I actually did a very detailed example. Some of you were in there. Cyber Club last fall. I went way in depth in there. So, watch the Cyber Club video on D2L, because it's actually on my YouTube page too. You can just go to Cyber Club. And I do more examples there. So I give you plenty of examples, so you should have no problem doing this. I do many different file types. I was going to include icons this year, except I couldn't. It varied too much. And I didn't want you guys to totally die, so I removed that one. So, all right, so everybody okay on at least what the assignment is, not how to do it yet? Okay. So the assignment's right there. There's the questions. When you're done, you're going to submit them in the quizzes area. That actually brings up a good point. Lab 2 is due next Tuesday. When I teach an in-class class, I like to do it at 5 p.m. That way I can go over them. What I've done in the past is I made them do the night before, like last night at midnight. But then so many people, can we have a few? So I ended up making it till 5 o'clock. But then, just do it by 5. Or do it the day before would be amazing. Wouldn't that be cool? Get it done the day before, that if you haven't even make any changes, you can do it. Okay. Do I have FTK Imager on here? Man. Hold on. We need to get another piece of software. Okay. I'm going to download this while I install FTK. Pause this while I do. All right. We now have, make sure it's going. I'm always wary that it doesn't start. I have FTK Imager installed. Okay. FTK Imager is a tool by Access Data. It is not free. You can download it off the web for free, but you're supposed to have a license to use it. Now, they don't check the license, but we do own the license. So you can legally use it. We have a student version that's good for 30-something students. So you guys are free to use it. Okay. Now, first thing I got here is some images. Okay. This first one is an image with files in it. So if I was to file, add evidence item, I'm going to add, I get an option. A physical drive would be a physical hard drive, a USB drive or something, a physical device in my computer. Okay. A logical drive could be, maybe I got a big hard drive that I broke into the drive C and D. So logically, I only want to get C or only want to get D. Image file is an image O drive, which we're going to use. And when you make images, there's multiple types. We have DD or RAW, which is what I'm using, no compression. That's why we can do it by hand. Other types, EO1 and SMART and all them, actually compress the data, which you wouldn't be able to do by hand because you wouldn't be able to read it. Okay. Contents of a folder, you will be using that as well, but you can actually image the contents of a folder. So I'm going to open up an image file. I'm going to go here to my desktop, and it's in Forensics. Lab2. I'm going to open up the one with files. Okay? I'm also going to open up okay, there it is. What's going to do deleted files. Then we're going to add another one after format. Okay? Image file. These are all the same image. Okay, let's look at some differences. Okay, with files, you will see I have files in here. Y'all see that? You all agree. You can see them, no problem. This is an image right after I put the files on it. Deleted files, now they're all there, but they have X's on them, which means they're still there, but we've deleted their first character, we've deleted the file, basically. But y'all agree they're still there. So we can still get them back. Okay? Now, after format, there's nothing. You agree there's nothing? Now, if I was to zoom down, well, I would have to be on unallocated space. Here, you can actually see that there is still stuff here. Y'all agree? There's still stuff here? But the whole directory structure and the file names are all missing. Obviously, for you guys, I gave you the one where I formatted it. Yes?
Going back to that one meeting where you showed us in depth with this hex editor, or whichever hex editor that was, some of the files came back with their names intact. Did you figure out what that was?
I don't know. And when we do next week, I'll actually talk about it next week. Because, yeah, it's pretty crazy. Still don't know how. Okay, take it back. There is one thing it could possibly be. I use a program called Secure Delete, which wipes the drive and overwrites everything. That's where I start with. Then I put the files on it. Okay? Then I delete them. It's kind of like a recycle bin on there. It makes a delete temporary file, which that's where it has to be in there. It has to be. I don't know what else it could be. Because I actually noticed that today. When I deleted it, I was looking at it and I'm like, whoa, I don't think we can see them on here.
So it makes extra files?
Yeah, is it on here? Let's look. Yep, see right there. See that right there? I don't know what that is.
Is any of that readable?
Yeah, it's got stuff in it.
Is that part of the recycle bin?
It probably is. But I do shift delete, so it's like it shouldn't even be going to recycle bin. So I don't know exactly, but it's got to be where it's getting from. It's got to be.
Part of the mechanics
Could
of
be
Windows.
shadow volumes.
Yeah, it might be, and it could be something they changed lately too, you know.
You could try doing it in Linux and see if that file still
Yeah,
is
that might
readable.
work. You can do that, yeah. Do an actual DD disk, you know.
Yeah, and then
Mm.
Linux
Yeah.
delete.
So, but you all see the difference here? Okay. Now I can go file, where's it at? Verify image. See this option right here? File, verify image. Everybody see this option? So I have my image selected. File, verify image. There you go. There's the MD5 hash. Okay? You all see how I got that? Very easy. File, verify image, boom, hash. What a hash is, I cover it in computer security more than here. But imagine a windshield. If I was to take something and smash your windshield, what happens to it?
It breaks into a million pieces.
Get a bazillion pieces. Could I take those pieces and put it back together? I doubt it. So that's what a hash is. It's a calculation made on a file that you can't work backwards. And as long as the file is the same, every time you do the calculation, it's a mathematical calculation, so as long as the file is exactly the same, you should get the same hash every time. It's a way of proving a file is good. And what I did is I took the actual file, got its hash, then after I manually recovered it and compared and they matched. So I know I did it correctly. Okay? So that's how you verify that. Now, you can also, I'm going to add, say you guys recover your files, and you start labeling them, PDF1, GIF1, whatever, okay? So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to add an evidence item, and I'm going to add the contents of a folder. I'm just going to pick a folder. I'm going to go to my desktop, there's forensics, Lab1, and go, okay? There you go, there's the Lab1 folder. Now inside here, I can go File, Export Hash List. So maybe you got all your files that you recovered, so you put them all in a folder right there, okay? Or wherever you put them. We'll just do it right there. So now I'm going to go in here and I'm going to say Export File Hash List. I'm going to call it Test. Well, spelled it wrong, but it's okay. So now if I go back into my folder over here, I got this file. And it shows me for every file, it actually shows me the MD5 hash. So when you guys recover your files, that's where you're going to get your hash from. You saw how I did that? I'll do that again to make sure everybody caught it. I've never done, there's no recording has this on it, so other than this one. So file, actually let me remove that evidence. Remove evidence item. There it is, gone. File, I'm going to add an evidence item. I'm going to go contents of a folder, so whatever folder you feel like picking. In this case, I'm going to pick the email tracking lab. Yours could be whatever you call your folder at home, and do finish, and it's actually going to bring it all in here. You should be able to view all your files right there. Go to the folder you want, and I think you can actually right-click. Yeah, right-click, export file hash list. Call it test, spell test2 this time. And very quickly, it makes a file, CSV, and if you expand that column, now you see the MD5, and there's the actual file names right there. Ever see how to get those? Very simple. It's actually, last year I had you submit the starting and the ending of each sector. Most students did fine, but some people had an issue with that number. So this will be easier, because I mean, then all I got to do is compare.
But also one would be using these hashes for chain of custody and if the
Exactly.
file has not been altered.
Right, that's the main reason for these. And you actually also see them a lot of times when you're downloading software off the web, especially from like SourceForge and places like that, when you're downloading a utility, it gives you the MD5 hash. Then you can actually use a program like MD5 Summer. There's tons of free programs out there that you could verify what you downloaded, and if the hash is matched, you know the file's legitimate and it hasn't been corrupted in any way. So,
Unless somebody's hacked theirs.
right, unless someone hacked that site and put the fake MD5 up there. But everybody okay on how to get an MD5? Simple to do.
We shouldn't run into any issues with collision with MD5.
You shouldn't. Okay, what he's talking about, there is a way to get two files to produce the same MD5 hash. They've proven it can happen with a certain type of file, certain length of file, which changes a specific bit, like 1 bit. And that's the only way they can get a collision to work. So no, there's no way ever you're going to get a collision with this. Okay, none of these files are even remotely close to the same. Okay, now if you recover PDF1 and then you recover the same one again and call it PDF2, well then obviously you're going to have a collision. They should be the same number. Okay. So far so good. Everybody with me? FTK imagers up there. Download it. It's easy to use. Now you can also create images with it. You can go create disk image right here. Create a physical drive. So I can go in here and I say, you know what? I want to image my C drive, which is a stupid idea, but I could, and do finish, and then it's going to say where to put it. So I can put a destination. and then create an image of whatever drive. You can do flash drives, you can do anything. Right? Pretty simple to do. Okay, let's move on. Now, how are we going to recover it? So you all agreed that after format had data on it, but there was no directory structure any longer. So there's something there, we just couldn't see it. Okay, now I'm going to open up HXD, and I think I can drag and drop in this one. Yep, sure can. Okay, I drag and dropped that file right there after format in here. Now you can see it's an MS-DOS formatted drive, which is a FAT32 volume, and it's got all kinds of stuff on it.
And this is the image we're going to be working with?
No, this is last year's image.
Okay, I see.
I try to always demo a prior year, but it was either last year or the year before. I was actually demoing the real one. I'm like, oh crap! I didn't say anything. But so no, sorry, I'm demoing last year's. Yes.
It says FAT16.
Oh, well, maybe it was FAT16. Okay, yeah, it is FAT16. I try to use really small drives. I used to do it on a 16 meg drive, a little SD card, but my card died. So I'm doing it on a 32 meg USB. That's the smallest I could find without having to repartition it. So the image you guys got is 32 megs.
Is it going to be formatted?
Oh, yeah, it's formatted.
Okay.
Yeah. In the past, and there's a story you'll hear on some of the recordings, I actually had you guys imaged it. I would bring the drive in before I had a write blocker, hand you the drive, and you would image it, and you would work out we do it in the room. I told everybody, don't mess with it. Well, we have, some of you might have heard the story of before Linda or after Linda, if you watch some of the recordings. Basically, half the class got their image, then Linda gets it. She takes all her homework, dumps it on the drive. Then they're asked, what are you doing? She goes, well, I'm taking this homework, I need this for home, so I'm putting it on the drive to image it. I'm like, no. I tried. There was no way I could get the same image back. So we had the before Linda hash and the after Linda hash. So it was about we do have a write blocker now, but it's inside of our Fred. Actually, we have an external one, but still, it takes forever for each of you to image it. So I imaged it, and I actually have a recording up there on YouTube about how to image drives. Watch it. I walk through all the different imaging. I go through demos and everything else. So I have recordings of pretty much everything. If you haven't been watching them, you're missing out. Because heck, this technique alone, I must have 5 different years worth of recordings up there. So. Okay, so we need to get some files back now. I'm going to go over here, and if I go to this really cool website, google.com, Google knows almost everything. Did you know you can now get nutrition information for restaurants right on Google?
Yep.
I saw it, I'm like, that's pretty cool. Did you know if you get a 2 entree plate of Beijing beef and orange chicken at Panda with steamed vegetables, it's 1,200 calories?
Sounds about right.
I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? It's like, wow. I get paid to go there. So I go to places where it's free. So, okay. But if I was on Google's website and I typed in file signature, that's all I'm going to type in actually, just file signature. You'll see it actually comes up with right here at the top, Gary Kessler. Gary Kessler is actually a guy up at, I think, Moraine Valley. I actually went to a couple conferences with him. Really super smart, and he has this amazing website. This will be your friend, okay? You need this website. So I'm going to show you how to recover a PDF file. Okay? Well, Gary was nice enough to tell me all the signatures for all the file types out there, pretty much. So if I go here and I do Control F and type in PDF, whoops, not that one, PDF, goes right to it. So what this tells me is to recover an Adobe Portable Document format, this is the header, this is the hex value of the header, and this is the text value of the beginning of a file. Think of the beginning of a file like the cover of a book. Okay? Every file has a file signature. Way back when I worked at Tinker, I was in charge of the software development flight. And no games on government computers. I don't know if you knew that. But you know, once in a while you're bored, you want to play solitaire. Do you know if you took sol.exe, rename it to sol.dll, no one touches it. And you could just play your game all day long. But it was still an executable because all I did was rename it. That doesn't change it. So yeah, they would do their scan, didn't find no games, because only looking for sol.exe, and I was good to go. But what a file signature is just tells the computer what type it is. Now, the problem with Windows is it reads that signature, and if it sees PDF, it opens in Adobe. Okay, but here, let's prove that to you here. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to rename this. Well, actually, let's make sure it works first. Okay, it works. Y'all agree it works?
Yep.
So I'm going to rename it to TXT. Doesn't like it. But you can actually see the beginning of a PDF. Okay, so Windows reads that file type in the file name, which actually sucks. Forensic schools don't. Forensic tools don't care what the name or the extension is. It actually looks at the actual signature, yes.
Do you know why it doesn't look at the actual signature?
Because they're stupid.
I mean, Linux does, and it works just fine.
There's a lot of stuff Microsoft does. You know how Microsoft hides files and extensions by default? That is the biggest virus waiting to happen. Because what happens is, if I was to go in here under folder and search options, there's an option in here, right here, hide extensions of known file types. William, on our image, just turns it off. But at your home computer, that's turned on, that's checked. So what that means is, so if you have an executable or JPEG, say you had that lab2.pdf, all you can see on your computer is lab2. Okay? Well, what if I name something lab2.pdf.exe? What are you guys going to see?
Lab2.pdf.
Lab2.pdf. You're not going to see that .exe. You're like, oh, it's a PDF file from Ken. Double click on it, you just ran a virus.
You know,
So-
I hate to support Microsoft, but you gotta remember they came from DOS and where you had to type word.exe.
That's right, you did. Right then you had to.
Path and file name, and they had to do something in Windows to associate it.
Right.
You know, of course, now the other thing you were talking about, the solitary, now they run hashes.
Right, they do now.
And so they would have
Checked it instantly. But I mean, we're talking back in the mid-90s. They don't know nothing back then. But, so, you need to uncheck that at home. Because actually, see my files right there now? If I go back in and I check it, you'll see the PDF is missing. So that's why it's bad. Okay. Okay.
All we need to making it pretty.
Yeah. All right. So we want to recover a PDF. So the beginning of it starts with the text string of %PDF. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go edit or search, find. It was %PDF. Y'all agree with that?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to say okay. Now, one thing that's important, see how many columns I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. You need to make sure it's a 16 for this to work right. This tool automatically defaults to 16. Hex Workshop does not. Hex Workshop defaults to however big your screen is. If you got a small screen, you have only 8 columns or 22. The reason is when we get to looking at sectors here in a minute, it's going to make a big difference. Okay?
What's the name of this tool?
This is HXD. Okay? I listed in the assignment. It's free. See, we were trying to buy Hex Workshop because it's a good tool. We were trying to buy it for Rose State. We could not get them to sell it to us. We tried for months. Please send us an invoice. They would never heard.
The academic was like $39.
Yeah, we couldn't do it. We were going to buy a site license for the school. It was like $4,000. Couldn't get nothing. Couldn't even get a response to anything. It was all fine. So we found this and it actually works good. So, okay. So what this is telling me is this is the beginning of my file. So over here on the left, you'll see the offset. In other words, from the beginning of the disk, this is where the file starts. Okay? In hex. Now I'm going to bring up Notepad here because I want to keep that number. Okay. Y'all agree it starts at 01A08800? Y'all agree with that? Okay. That's where it's at. So from here, we need to go to the ending. Now Gary tells me that the ending of the file is one of these. They vary because we have different types of PDFs. We have different versions. And one thing about PDFs, sometimes if the PDF is multiple pages, you can actually have a PDF inside of a PDF. So that could be an issue. But we'll see how to tell that in a minute. So the end of the file is %EOF for the most part. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to say search, find, forward. I'm going to go to percent E, E, O, F. Okay? That's going to bring me to here. Okay. Now, looking at Gary's page, let's try to get both on the screen at the same time. We have multiple options. So, should I include anything past the 46? Let me scroll this up a little. Yeah, I should get the 0D, but this guy doesn't have a 0D, but this guy does down here.
You keep going because it's only
So I'd get at least the 0D.
one file per cluster, so you gotta keep going.
So I'm going to get the 0D, and 0D is actually at 1A, 0A, CB6. 1A, 0A, CB6. I'm just writing it down. Now, Greg mentioned something. You see how this file ends and there's a bunch of zeros here? Okay. Has anyone got any Tupperware containers at home? Or maybe a sock drawer that's not totally full? So, what do you do with that sock drawer when it's not full? You have free empty space in it. Okay. What happens if you get too much socks for one drawer? Might go to another drawer. So you could have 2 drawers of socks. But this one here, the drawer is not full. In other words, the PDF did not fill out the sector. The computer can only write in chunks. Okay? And this is actually 512 bytes or 200 hex is the size of the sector on this flash drive. In other words, the smallest amount of data that I can write on this flash drive, or the smallest sector size, is 512. So I'm writing 10 bytes to it. It's still going to take up 512. If I write 400 bytes to it, it's still going to take up 512. Because nothing else can be written in that sector. Okay? Now let's see what happens. So if I go down...
Quick question, you're
What?
talking about writing in sectors, the operating system, doesn't it address it by clusters, which is on NTFS is what?
Well, actually, but this is FAT though.
Okay.
This one's FAT. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a little bit different on
It's
NTFS.
still clusters,
Yeah, but they're basically the same.
they're based on the size of the drive.
But 512 is what we're kind of... That's the... It's based on the size. And you can actually adjust it. I think FAT32 and beyond, you can change it. I don't know if you can change it in FAT16. I couldn't remember. But, okay. But, so we have a lot of empty space here. Now, if I keep going down, you'll notice all of a sudden, I come up to some data. So that's where the next file starts. So that's the next drawer or the next container. Okay? So that first PDF was bigger, it will still fit. But if it gets too big, now that it's actually written to the drive, if it actually gets too big, it will start fragmenting it. That's why our computers, we have defragmenting software and stuff like that. So you see the next one starts right here. Now, for PDFs, you start at the start and you go to the end and that's it. You're done. You capture that and that's your entire file. Office documents are different. Watch my extra recording on Office documents. Office documents, you need to get the entire sector. Okay? Think of an Office document like a container. I'm actually going to show you. I got to have one on here somewhere. Do I have one in file one? Seriously, not have an office? There's one. Okay. Okay, do y'all agree that this right here is a Word document? Well, let's make sure it opens first. Come on, you can do it. Okay, it's a Word document, okay? But are you sure it's a Word document? We have this student, Spencer Harris. Spencer was a unique student. Spencer. So in class it says, how many zip files are on the drive? He goes, 200 or whatever it was. I'm like, no, wrong, there's 0. He's like, no, they're there, I've seen them. I'm literally very, I mean, if you got something wrong, smash his head against the wall. But he was an A student. But I said, there's no zip files. He goes, yes, there is. Well, watch this. So I renamed that Word file to .zip, okay? Opens right up. There you go. I got some stuff in there. How do I go back? There's got to be a way to go back, isn't there in here?
Yeah, over to the left of the where you got highlighted. Just get
Oh, there it is.
go.
Okay. So I can see all these different components. What Word documents are, and they're really just containers with all kinds of stuff in them.
XML.
Yeah. So you see, I opened a file with a Word, with a zip file. Yet it's not the zip file. So there are no zip files. So to repeat, how many zip files are on this image? Very good. How many zip files do you think are on the next image? since you're using the same image? Sure, 'cause that's going to be a question on the quiz. I guarantee somebody's going to put like 40 of them.
500.
Actually, they're going to put 15 because there's 5 of each type.
So, because this is a clean drive, you just paste all those files right on there. I noticed that when we were scrolling to the end of that one PDF, the next one was just right there. All
Right.
dandy.
That's because I put them on there one after another. There's no fragmentation, they're all perfect.
Just scroll through and just pick out each and every single one.
Yep. Now, I copied all 47 at the same time. They might have copied in order. They might not. It's however Windows handles copying. But I know I didn't go in there and randomly screw them up. So you see that one was pretty nice and straight. So we need to get this file. We have the beginning and the ending. So I'm going to go up here and I'm going to go edit, select block. Okay. Everybody with me?
Yeah.
So I need to start at 01A08800 and go all the way down to that address that's right there. Y'all agree with that? Okay. Let me start one more time since James just came back. Okay, so my mouse is at the ending of it, right there. Edit, select block, and I'm going to go from that ending, and I'm going to type in the beginning, 01A08800. Okay? So now I'm going to select from the beginning to the ending. Okay? I'm going to say okay. So what it did is it selected all this stuff. I'm going to copy it. File new. Paste. Insert. Are you sure you want to do this? Yeah, because I'm not going to blank file. Yeah, I want to put some stuff in it. Okay. So yes, I'm going to do it. I'm going to save this. Okay. Desktop. What type of file is this? Anyone remember?
PDF.
Okay. You guys are quick. This will be test. We'll say file1.pdf. Okay. If we did it correctly, which sometimes it doesn't work, it might actually open. Ready? Ta-da! We have a PDF file. See that? Why talk like a parrot? Or pirate. Okay, ever see how I did that? So I went on Gary's page, I found what the beginning is, and I found what the end is, and I copied everything in between. Now, what do you think would have happened? Actually, let me do this. Okay, I'm going to close this one out. I'm going to go back one. Just going to leave off the OD. Okay? Edit, copy. File new. Paste. Save. I'm going to call this on file2.pdf. Now watch it actually work. I'll be mad. Yeah, it works. You suck. Sometimes it doesn't.
But the hashes are for the complete file? With the 0.
Yes, with the 0D.
Maybe something at the bottom was different.
Yeah, now we're going to copy. File new. Paste. Certain file types is really particular.
It doesn't have that in the file.
So let's go here. Now we're going to go to file 2. There it is. Now it's correct. So I deleted a little bit more of it. So if you get that, that means you didn't get it correctly. Now, I do know for a fact, because I actually did this project when I was in Vegas at the conference. If I go all the way up here to the beginning of this file, where'd it go? There's PDF. Okay. You can actually take data that you think is a PDF and actually take a good chunk of the beginning of a signature and a good chunk of the end of a signature and put it around your data, and a lot of times they'll actually open the PDF file. It's kind of cool. We actually did it there. I'm not doing it now because it's a lot of trial and error and it takes quite a little bit of time. But, so everybody okay on how to get a PDF? So it's not hard. Let's do another one. Pick a file type. Don't say Office. JPEG, okay. JPG, easy enough. Begins with FFD8, FFE0. Now these X's here means it varies, depending on versions of JPEGs. Okay, so I'm going to go back in here. I'm going to go to search, find FFD8, FFE0. Now, I know I'm doing this wrong. I'm just showing you something. Can't find it. What did I do wrong? Anybody know? Okay, let's try that. Let's try case sensitive.
You gotta have spaces.
Okay, let's try spaces.
Well, the E0
E1.
You got it on the wrong setting.
What's wrong?
It says you're searching for a text string. It's not a text
There you go. We need hex values. Remember, the left side over here is all hex values. I could have just put it in like this. FFD8, FFE0, and it would work. There you go. Okay. Now, a moment ago, I just told you how we cannot put a file in the middle of another drawer, another container. Sectors always start on the left column when we have the setup for 16. Is that on the left column?
No.
So did I lie to you, or what? What do you think? Well, there's a problem, which you might come across on this project. I did not verify this fact. Actually, I had a problem a couple semesters ago. If I take a PowerPoint, for instance, I did one of Italy. Had like 8,000 pictures in it. Guess what happens when you paste a picture into a PowerPoint file?
It stays JPEG.
Saves it as a JPEG. So, but since the JPEG's inside the PowerPoint, it doesn't have to be at the beginning of the sector. So obviously this is in the middle of something.
But it can be.
What?
It can be that, theoretically.
Sure it can be. Yeah, it can be. Now this one, I pretty much got rid of most of the pictures and all the PowerPoints and everything, but I might have missed one. And also, JPEGs actually have an icon of themselves inside themselves. So some files would actually see a JPEG inside of a JPEG, which is really its icon. Okay? So we're going to search, find again. That's still not at the beginning. What is it? Is it F3? Seriously? There's one. Nope, that's not it either. Seriously? Okay, so that one's not either. Wow. Sorry, guys.
There you go.
Look for ones that are at the beginning. Wow. I did not realize these. Yeah, they're all inside of something. Let's go down here. Seriously? No way. Okay, let's start from the beginning.
So this one's going to be
There.
the
There. Hopefully that one's at the beginning. I don't know. The sector before it is not empty.
Can
So-
you do a search for PowerPoints and see where that begins and ends?
It might. It could be. There's one. Well, maybe not. It could be a Word document. There's only 5.
You got that E0 again. I thought we were looking for E1.
Where are we? E0.
Oh, okay. I'm looking at the wrong.
Okay, so that one I'm thinking it's possibly.
So it's probably like that.
Actually, you know what? Hold on. Let's do edit, search, find. Oh, not that button. Search, find. Let's try this. Can I find it? Seriously? There's nothing with zeros in it? I just knew there'd be something with that in there.
Try just 2.
There's one. There's the beginning one. I put 2 zeros, that way it shows the zeros at the beginning of the prior sector. There's another one. There's the third one. There's the fourth one. That one's not a beginning one. So at least I got you 4 of them. Okay, let's go back to the beginning where we were at.
So like quiz questions.
Oh, it'll be correct. It'll be correct. Because it'll be based on, now since I did start with the 00, remember the file actually starts here. So that is 17D6000. Now, what's the ending of a JPEG? FFD9. See that?
Yeah.
FFD9. So from there, I'm going to go search, find FFD9. There you go. So now we're going to go, that's at FFD9. Oh, when I highlight FFD9, it's really giving the offset at the beginning, so make sure you go to the ending. We want to get 17FA507. So now, since our mouse is there, I can go Edit, Select Block, and I can type in 17D6000. I can do OK. I got it. Edit, Copy. File New. Edit, Paste. Save. JPG1.jpg. Oh, you know, I'm working on last year's image anyway. This year's image, I'm pretty sure I deleted all that other stuff. There it is, a pirate ship. Yeah, last year there was a bunch of pictures in the PowerPoints. This year there's not, so you should work better for you. Okay, ever see how we did that? It's not hard to do. I mean, we could really get the next one and do it, so it's pretty quick and easy. Okay. All the file types you need are here. Let's show you one other trick. Okay. Let me find actually I can use this one. Say I want to know what the signature is of a PDF, and I'm not sure. And I'm not sure if Gary's correct. I can actually take a PDF and dump it in this tool. I put a known PDF, and you see it starts with %PDF, ends with %EOF. So you can take a PNG and a TIFF and everything else and just dump it right into the tool and get the signature. Ever see how I just did that? Let me see if I have one more file we can try that with. PDF, do I have anything else in here?
Could you show us anything with 7-zip? That's for the extra credit, isn't it?
Don't have one in here. Well, hold on, maybe we can make one. Okay, now let's dump that one in there. There you go, 7Z right there. And the ending is that. It's extra credit. Let me dump in a Word document. Where did I see that? There it is. Well, this is not really a Word document. Crap. It's a Word, but it's a DOC. You're working with DOC. It's easier. I made it easier on you guys. I'm going to change this to a DOC to make your life much easier. Everybody see DOC? Where's?
Third down.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay. There is a difference. D0CF. Now, here's the way I remember Office documents. They always begin with D0CF11E0. D0CF seems like doc, doesn't it? Sounds close. It's not, oh, it's 0. So Word, Excel, PowerPoint will all have the same beginning and ending, actually. You can look through the middle of it and probably see somewhere in here where it'll say Win Word. See, there's my name. Somewhere in here, it'll say Microsoft Word. Now, you need to get the entire sector with this, so you need to go to the very ending, okay? Watch that 5-minute video about recovering Office documents. Put it up there, please. You got it's in the folder. It's really quick and easy, okay? But you'll see how this file, you might think it ends there, but it really ends down there, okay? Easy enough? So there's an Office document. I think that's the only other kind I put up there. Text files, you're kind of out of luck because it's really just text. See? It's really just text. Plus the formatting, but yeah. All right. Any other questions? Watch the recording from the Cyber Lab from the fall because I go through TIFF and a few others that I don't normally go through. Okay? Any questions, let me know. So don't open the quiz. I mean, if you're done, yeah, open in the quiz, but try not to open it until you're ready to put it in there. That way, in case I have to change something. All right, we're about out of class time. Any questions before I stop? Everybody happy? Anybody scared?
Yep.
Do PDFs first. Get the hang of it. Then go to JPEG. I mean, the only ones that are difficult are the Office documents because you have to get the entire sector. Okay? It's the only ones that are different.
So now, those two, like the beginning and the ending, is that what we're turning in for the answers?
No, you're going to turn in the MD5. Remember, you're going to extract the file. Then you're going to run it through FTK Imager. Remember, contents of folder, get MD5. That MD5 is what you're turning in.
Okay, so we have to do all of this first,
Right.
and then do what we did in the beginning.
Yes. Now, with JPEG and all them, obviously just get just the part of the file you need. With the Word, make sure you get the entire sector, or else the MD5 is not going to match. Okay? If you have any questions, ask me. Don't wait until Tuesday at 4 o'clock to ask me. It might be a little late at that point. Both of the tutors have been through this class already. They could help you. They're here Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I say start working on it. If you have questions, there will be 2 of them here. It starts at noon until like 8 p.m. on Thursday. And I can help you too if you need it.
Where are they located?
Room 131, my old office, right around the corner.
Okay.
Okay?
One quick question.
Yes.
On this tool, does it have the same feature like the HEX workshop where you can search for a term and then search for all the?
No, it does not. That's one thing that's missing. Hex Workshop has the ability, like if you put in percent PDF, you can find all of them, which is very nice. You can find all the beginnings. It's not in there. That's unless I haven't found it. Okay, it might be there, and I don't think it's there. Yeah, it'd be nice if it was. So you can do find again, but
You gotta use a 30 day.
yeah, there's no way.
What would be really useful is if you could search for the value and then search for where it's going to appear, like which column.
Yeah, well, that'd be handy. All right.
Pretty well, you can step through them. I mean,
Now, I did have a student, I forget his name now. He actually wrote I think it was a Java program. Just read through it. He read every 200 bytes. Saved it to a file. Search for the beginning, then kept going every 200 till he got to the ending and saved it out. Literally all automated. He went, go, entire assignment was done. It's like,
if we're gonna do that, we just use the file carving.
there you well.
That-
Can't use those. Those are cheating in this one. Those are cheating.
Isn't the rules any